Mark Arnaudo filming from GenCon 2015. I'm here with Alex, who is one of the designers of Dragon Tides, the first Bruce Lee movie game, the first official game that finally taps into this incredible thematic well that other people don't seem to have explored. And this is a game that is not out yet. What you're going to see in this video is production proof, so the overall look of the game is going to be the same. Maybe the components will be thicker, but the game is almost there. And the game is from Artistic Justice Games in collaboration with Greenbrier Games. Thank you, Alex.
Yes, hi. So Dragon Tides is a 1 to 5 player game. You can play with a DM. So he or she will control all the enemies and henchmen and bosses, and the others will be the dragons who are trying to do each scene. The game is very unique because it's an action.
Scene in what sense?
Well, let me tell you. So the game is an action movie come to life. This is, as you mentioned, it is Bruce Lee and Brandon Lee's first debut in anything tabletop. So card game, board game, this is their first. And Shannon Lee was very ecstatic because this is also the first time Brandon Lee has been really put in the spotlight for something game related. So the thing about this is it's a story-driven action game. So if you like action, if you like the video games, if you like the action movies, it plays just like that. So basically, you get in the box, you get 2 movies. You get 8 characters. So you have the little minis over here. Here's Bruce, right? And here's Brandon Lee right here. And so you have 8 characters that could play as any role, the good guys or the bad guys. Of course, we recommend Bruce and Brandon as the good guys, right? So you have 2 movies. In each movie, there's about 14 scenes. So the way it works is you start off with narrative. Then depending on how well or how poorly you do on the scene, it'll break you off into a different scene. So I could play through a movie and only see maybe a third of the scenes and have to play it again to see more scenes. As you go through the scenes, and now not everything is like a beat 'em up, I gotta beat the other person up. It's actually, there are some that you have to save the hostage. There are some that you have to sneak into a building to recover information. There's a lot of creative things involved in this game. So depending on how you do, you may earn bonuses, or you may have penalties. You get signature moves. Each character has signature moves. They have their health. They have super moves. And the great thing about it is, like in any action movie, it works its way up to the final showdown to a boss. Of course, there's a boss scene.
Well,
so,
without that
is not.
What would be the point?
Right. So what it is how good or how bad you do during the game when you face the final boss, they'll either be weakened or more powerful with more henchmen to fight. During each scene, depending on how well or bad you do, you will get power-ups or a way to buff your character up. And the great thing about it is it's like dice and card game. So we have like these dice over here. They have beautiful minis. But the best thing about it is the gameplay mechanics were done by Kevin G. Nunn and Luther Bell Hendricks of the Sentinel Tactics gameplay. So they made sure that this game is very solid. The story was written by a great story writer, which is Julie Ern, and she is from Greenbrier Games. The miniatures themselves were sculpted by the masterful sculptors from Greenbrier Games as well. So in collaboration, we've tried to build a game that does Bruce Lee and Brandon Lee's debut justice. So, and the great thing also, for people who like to do their own homebrew, we're also offering a lot of expandable content. We will have expansions, but we're also going to let people post their own designs of their own movies, their own scenes online, so we can share with each other, because you can mix and match the boards. The boards themselves are flippable. They're double-sided. Let me kind of sweep the boards right here, so you can see included in the box are 6 double-sided boards. They're completely different scenes. You can connect them together to form different movies. In each movie, you will have not only the narrative, but in the book shows you the scene, the objective, how to set it up, and you play through it.
And how does a turn work in general?
Oh, well, it's very easy. Like, it depends on the scene. Like in this scene, well, let me set it up really quick, just basically. All right, so give me 1 second here.
Yeah, no
So
problem.
these are the thugs in the scene, okay? So in this particular scene in the movie Shakedown in Little China, the dragons, so let's say the dragons start off over here, they got a tip from the previous scene, from their informant that says, hey, there's some bad guys trying to steal these crates and they're trying to load it onto their flatbed truck. If they could get away with it, then they win. They'll try to steal as many crates as possible. If they beat the dragons, then they win. So in this case scenario, the dragons have to stop them by incapacitating them. So you would move. Each character has their own character board. You have your life, you have your health, you have your energy, and they have your super move. Each character has strike, throw, grapple, and move. So through the phases, you have lights, camera, and action. Lights for the dragons will be they have one of these signature move cards. Like for example, Bruce has Nunchuck Master, so he can have a higher reach and get a bonus during combat. So he would put this in face down, so I don't see what's going on, and that would be his lights phase. Camera phase will be moving, so he can move up to 3. So he can, on here, there's obstacles in his way. He can't land on it, but he can go through it, right? So he'll go 1, 2, 3. Okay. If let's say we were in combat, he can do a step and gain bonuses, or he could just attack him directly. And what he does is, okay, you have these showdown cards. So these showdown cards are what moves you want to do. Do you want to throw? Do you want to grapple? Or do you want to strike your opponent? So he will be doing that, and I will be doing that at the same time. Certain moves will beat certain moves. So like in this case, a strike will beat a grapple. So if at 1, 2, 3, we place him down. If he gets a strike, I get a grapple. Obviously, he beats me, so he gets a 2 dice bonus. Okay, because this is a maneuver phase. This is where you try to predict what your opponent does. Now, Bruce is very straightforward because he's a well-rounded character. Let's look at Brandon really quick. So Brandon has a strike of 2, a throw of 3, a grapple of 4, and a move of 3. So obviously he's stronger in grapple, weaker in strike. But he has some signature moves that make it like he would reveal ahead of time before our showdown phase that would make me think maybe he'll use a strike even though it's his weakest. So I have to predict based on the situation what he's going to do, because he might be in a situation where I know he has this one special move that if he's between 2 objects, he'll get this bonus with strike. So I'm going to think, oh, he's going to strike, so I got to do a throw because he's going to beat strike. But he might be faking me out.
Exactly, maybe bluffing.
Right, so there's a lot of that martial arts element of predicting. Then after that, we get to the dice. So let's say he beats me, Bruce beats me, he gains 2 dice bonus, and he strikes, so he's going to do a strike of 3, so he gets 3. So basically what you do is, so they gain, Bruce gains all these dice, and my character, since they are little henchmen, these are in this scene, they are worth 2. So I will roll 2 against Bruce. So Bruce rolls, I roll. So I rolled really poorly. Since, let's say Bruce is attacking me, he has 2 fists. I have nothing, so he attacks me with a strike, I lose 2 health. Since thugs are only 2, he would be gone. But let's say Bruce picked the throw. So if in this case, since let's say I did this. I got a shield and he did 2. So one would carry over because I blocked for 1. He could throw me 1 space. So he would throw me adjacent space over here or wherever he wants. Grapple, he would make me lose stats. So if I grappled Bruce for 2, he would be down 1, 1, 1, 1, moving 1, fighting 1 like that. But that's pretty much the gist of it. Each scene is very unique. Each scene tells a different story. And like I said, it's an action movie come to life.
Seems pretty interesting. I gotta tell you, I honestly look forward to trying this game when it comes out. This is Dragon Tides, an upcoming release from Artistic Justice Games. Thank you, Alex.
Thank you very much.
Are you guys